I'm Greg Acosta, the Group Technical Editor for Power Auto Media. Today, we're here for Ford Muscle doing a transmission swap, and we're lucky enough to have Joel from Tremec here with us. Joel, I want to talk a little bit about the TKX.
Okay.
TKX, obviously an evolution of the TKO line, because we have the TKO and the TKO2 and the 500 and 600, now the TKX. How does it differ?
It's the next generation of the T5 transmission from the TKO. We wanted to reinvent it a little bit, bring it back up to like current standards today, higher revving engines, higher horsepower engines, and a lot of the fitment issues kind of get away from all of that and make it, you know, a slimmer case, rounder case. So we went from like a TKO that was made in the mid like 80s, 85, 90s, and now we've stepped the TKX up to like current production. So it's right along with like a new, brand new TR6060. So the same technology was encapsulated to make this thing.
Well, because the T5 is always known for its lightweight, small size.
Fits right into most all cars, right.
And that's actually part of the reason why we're doing it on my SN95. It's got a T5 in it.
So we're really looking for higher RPM shifts with the new Coyote motors, LS motors, those things. You're looking for slimmer fit and a little bit more robust torque.
And what kind of power level are we talking?
You know, the new one, you can get up to like 600 foot-pounds of torque pretty good. It'll handle that for a while. And then the horsepower, obviously, depending on the engine. I mean, you're talking, what, 700 horsepower, you know, in those ranges. It's pretty happy.
Now, this comes in, what, 4 different gear ratio, or gear sets?
Right, you'll have 2 main drive ratios, and then you'll also have your selection of the overdrive ratio, which some people will like something closer to 0.8, which would be more for road racing, which would be a shorter, and then you can also have like a cruising, like a 0.6.
The lower numerically your overdrive is, the lower your RPMs are.
That's correct. It equates out to a lower RPM when you're cruising speeds. Okay?
Gotcha. Okay.
So if it's a 0.8, 5th gear, you're going to have higher RPMs.
With the TKX into an SN95.
Yep.
Let's talk specifically about what we're doing here.
Basically a direct fit for the T5. You're pretty common in size, so there's no ton of modifications needed, nothing like that. You're going to go to like a SN or a 79, 93 bell housing, like a Fox body bell housing, and then we're just going to fit the TKX right in its place.
Just that simple.
Just that simple. I hope.
Well, luckily we're here at Arizona Race Company and we've got professionals.
Yeah, we've got professionals, a hoist. We're kind of cheating big time here.
I mean, I feel like after 20 years in the industry, I've learned a little bit of cheating. I'm gonna volunteer your services, and we're gonna go cover it going in the car. All right, so I'm here with Doug Driggers of Arizona Race Company. Doug, you knocked this out real quick, fast, and in a hurry. But during all this, we were talking a little bit. You and I chewed the same dirt in the NMRA days.
No doubt about that.
You a little earlier than I did, because you started with NMRA when NMRA started.
Exactly. Yeah, I met with, matter of fact, the first meeting was with Steve Wilcott, James Lawrence, and actually the first person I went to was Mel. Mel Roth was there because he was getting ready to start PSCA. So we got to 3 events the first year of NMRA. The company I worked for at the time, Turbo RX, we sponsored Super Street Outlaw that year. Took off with it, loved it. I ended up racing with NMRA up until about 2001, and then I actually became a tech with NMRA. So I've been with NMRA for a while and known the sanctioning of it, so it's been really, really good.
We didn't link up because of Mustang stuff.
Right.
But
here it is.
Up because of Mustang
It's
stuff.
a small world, and the amount of people that we know, each other know, we've been throwing it off in names all day long, and it's great.
Okay, so getting back to what we're actually here to do.
Sure.
This kind of install, like, is this normal? Like, is this run of the mill?
Oh yeah, this is a very simple, straightforward install. No surprises, and you know, of course, the Tremec TKX fits great. There's not hitting the body, no issues, and so everything's real smooth. Some of the newer Mustangs, you may different body styles could run into a little bit of issues. Haven't done one yet with this, but But as good as Tremec is, I don't see why it would have any kind of issues.
Now, for any of our people at home who are going to do this in their driveway or whatever, what tips would you give them, like things to watch out for, and just to help them knowing they don't have a full shop? And
oh, absolutely. Well, one, obviously, safety first. Make sure your jack stands, everything's up and good. Disconnect your battery, things like that, and just take your time. If you go real slow, you're going to be okay. A lot of times, depending on where you live, if you live back east, you may run into a lot of rust issues, so make sure you have some good PB blaster, WD-40. Some bolts could be a little bit rusty, but just take your time. Even if you don't know it real well, you can get a shop manual. I mean, obviously today, Google's your friend, YouTube's your friend, so if there's something you're stuck on, you can probably find it in that. But take your time, and it'll come together very easy. All
right, well, cool. Well, I appreciate it, Doug. Now, we're going to go take this for a rip, make sure everything's good, and then we're going to go break it in and put a couple hundred miles on it.
Let's do it.
I can tell you right now, it's not making the noises it used to. Yeah, dude, all the noises are gone. Yeah, that's pretty good. We got this. We got this. Down to fourth. Down to third. Down to second. Into the roundabout. Don't be an ass. All right. So, quick recap. We just drove back up the mountain from Phoenix, from Arizona Race Company, where we swapped in my T5, or swapped my T5 for the Tremec TKX. And wouldn't you know it, we gave it the absolute best trial by fire that exists and put it right into Phoenix rush hour traffic. That's a concerning turn of events. Well, it was a concerning turn of events, so I actually got into traffic. And then I realized that the Spec twin disc really does have a stock pedal feel, and it was no biggie. I mean, other than the idiot drivers, but that's rush hour traffic. No clutch is gonna fix idiots. But yeah, so now I'm just headed home. I've got about 120 miles broken in on this. The Tremec instructions call for 500, so I've got at least another tank of fuel to get through before I can really beat on it. But so far, the TKX and the Spec twin disc have been a very, very drivable combination. Absolutely no concerns, no issues. And like I said, jumping out into Phoenix rush hour traffic is, even in an automatic car, not a fun experience. But hopping right in, no problems at all. So I'm gonna continue on home. I'm gonna get some more miles in on this, and then you're gonna see some updates because we have some more fun projects in store for this car. So stay tuned to Ford Muscle, and I will see you later. God, this thing shifts nice.